Hello, everybody! I called you a bunny, did you notice? Anyway, today I decided I wanted to vlog about something that I've been thinking about for a while, which is sad, and that is my favorite men of BioWare games. Yes, that's what occupies my thoughts as I wander around doing dishes and sweeping my home. BioWare games. Go, Sarah, go. You're winning at being an adult. So, I'm going to start with Dragon Age, because it's easiest. So, with Dragon Age Origins, as some of you who watch my stream know, I romanced Alistair in my first playthrough. And the reason I did this is because I wanted to become Queen of Ferelden. Not because I liked Alistair. Everyone else is like, oh my god, Alistair's the best! Alistair, oh, he's so dreamy, me. And I'm like, I am not attracted to any of this that is happening with Alistair. His little flippy hair, oh my gosh, he looks so lame. But I wasn't allowed to romance Sten anyway, so just like, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. And I will romance girls, but I don't generally feel very emotionally attached to women as anything other than sisters. So I romanced Liliana and before I, confirmed with Alistair. But I don't feel things for Liliana other than oh, you're so sweet and naive and stupid and weird. But Morgan, if she'd been gay, I probably would have been like, I like you, but also we're just sisters. I'm just sleeping with you because it's there, kind of like I did with Isabella. Anyway, so I romanced Alistair, and I was like, okay, I'm not feeling too bad about this decision because he does end up being pretty charming. I was like, alright, I can live with this. And then I meet Zevran, because you get Zevran a little later than everybody else. And I loved every single thing about Zevran. And if I had known that I could not become Queen of Ferelden because I was an elf, I would have romanced Zevran and been happily ever after. I think Zevran was one of the best characters in Dragon Age Origins, although almost all of them are pretty great. He's hilarious. He's sassy, he's sexy, he's not afraid of his sexuality, and he's an elf. He's awesome. I love Zevran. And to this day, I get sad when I think about it, because I'm like, damn it, I could have romanced Zevran. There was nothing to stop me. I did sleep with him still. I slept with him and Liliana and then confirmed with Alistair, but I mean, it's not the same. It's not the same. Anyway, moving on to Dragon Age 2, when I saw the concept art, I thought, oh yeah, Fenris is definitely the way to go. I think that's his name. The elf guy with the magic. I was like, first of all, he looks like a badass. He looks like a tortured soul. He's got these feather things going on. And he's an elf. I like elves. That's definitely him going to want to romance. But then Dragon Age 2 had the strange faces for elves. I don't know if you guys remember, but I guess they wanted to make elves look more distinct from humans. So all elves got these kind of creepy faces. So all of a sudden he looked creepy. And then he turned out to just be a whiner. Constantly whining. So I ended up going with... What the heck is his name? The one who blows up the church. Wow, I just really forget Anders. I ended up going with Anders simply because he was playing that whole bad boy thing. Oh, I'm dangerous. You can't love me. I'll hurt you. And I'm like, I like to be hurt. That sounds fun. But not because I necessarily really liked Anders. I did sleep with Isabella beforehand because if it's an option to sleep with a girl homie, I'm gonna sleep with her in a game. I don't know why. I'm kind of a sicko, I guess. Anyway, I felt pretty unfulfilled with the Anders relationship. It didn't feel totally real that's what I would have chosen because it kind of happens very quickly. It's not like in Dragon Age Inquisition where you have multiple times to derail a situation. With him, you're just one time you flirt and he's like, you're in my bed now. And you're like, whoa, 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 ah! I still don't think I would have chosen Fenris though. So Dragon Age 2 is a little murky. Mass Effect 2, I chose Thane. Let me explain. I know a lot of y'all love Garrus. I love Garrus too. And I played Mass Effect 2 when it came out for PlayStation, so it was way later than everybody else played it. And, I already knew everyone's like, you're going to fall in love with Garrus. So I was like, okay, cool. So I meet Garrus, whatever. Oh, he's so funny. He's funny. I really like Garrus. Something doesn't make me super happy with Garrus, but I really like Garrus. And then I go on one mission, and a man drops from the ceiling, kills everyone in the room, and then talks in this hypnotic frog voice. And I remember the moment exactly because my friend Ashford was sitting next to me, and I was just like, ah. I turned and looked at her, and she was looking at the screen like, ah. And we were both just like, I was like, are we Am I in love with a frog? Because he's obviously a frog alien, like his voice and everything, like he's meant to be a frog. And here I am just like, I would have that frog's babies. Like, I felt something in my heart. Like, I got butterflies when I talked to Thane. I was like, oh, had a crush on a video game character. Like, really, seriously fell in love with Thane. I have an image that somebody drew. I hope the light's good enough to show it to you. Sorry. But it's like Thane after he dies. It's like meeting back up with him. I hope that's visible, that I didn't just waste your time for 10 seconds. But I bought that with my own money. That's how much I like Thane. Which, if you know me, you know I don't like to spend money on things I can't use. So that was a big deal. All about Mr. Thane. I've heard some people complain and say that Thane was just whiny and just talked about his dead wife all the time, and why would anybody like a guy like that, and he's scared, and he put all these emotional feelings on you, and I was just like, let me just back it up real quick. Y'all think Garrus is so good. It is repeatedly mentioned that Garrus would actually be a leader if not for you. That Garrus is never quite as good as you. Garrus is never going to be your equal. He's always going to be your beta. If you don't let him win in that little gun moment in Mass Effect 3, he loses to you because you're even better at the one thing he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be a sniper, and no matter what class you chose, you're still a better sniper than him? Like, Garrus is not your equal. He is your beta man to be your backup and funny guy. Cool, if that's what you want. But you know what I want? I want a man who is my equal, who's top of his game, who's the best assassin in the universe. And before you say, oh, he wasn't the best assassin, he lost to Kai Lang. No, he didn't. He lost to Kai Lang with a lung full of water, literally couldn't breathe, and still managed to partially kick his ass before that fool ran away like a little punk. I'm just saying, can you imagine if his lungs hadn't been full of liquid at that moment? He probably would have kicked his butt and handed them to me like, here you go, I caught this guy for you. I want a man who's my equal. I want a man who shares in his emotional burdens with me, and I want a man who kills everybody in the room and talks like a frog. I'm just saying, Thane was perfect. Anyway, so that was my choices, but I did, in my Renegade playthrough, sleep with Garrus, because like I said, still like Garrus. Personally, my ideal situation would have been banging both Thane and Garrus at the same time, because it's my ship. It's my ship. I run the Normandy. I'm out here saving the world every day, and y'all talk about something, oh, well, you know, for ship politics, you only want to sleep with one person. No. I bet you both of them would have agreed to be my lovers. Because I'm Commander Shepard. I can do whatever I want. I'm a hero. People would let me get away with that. They'd be like, you know, maybe I'm not so happy about sharing you, but we only have a little bit of time here and Wi-Fi. I know I could have had both of them. And then I had an argument with somebody once. They were like, it's really not okay, you know, because, like, you're running a ship. And it's, I'm like, look. If we're looking at this from, like, Navy rules, it's not okay to sleep with anybody on my ship. That's totally not okay. Like, that's fraternizing and whatnot. Like, I shouldn't be allowed to do it. Obviously, we're throwing all those rules out the window, so don't give me any rules or decide that the team would somehow be hurt if I was sleeping with everybody on the team. It's just not true. The team would be okay. It's happened in many harem animes. Get over it. In my mental what happened in Mass Effect universe, I was with Garrus and Thane until Thane died, and then I was just with Garrus. And Liara had Garrus's baby and my baby, so we could have little babies to raise. Because I use Liara to make babies. Aren't I a horrible person? I also slept with Liara because I'd mentioned this already. If I have a female bro I can sleep with, I'm going to sleep with her in the game. Moving on, Mass Effect 3, like I said, first time I still chose Thane. Thane died, so I got to sleep with, like, that lady. I guess that is the only game where I did choose a lesbian option fully. I chose it mostly out of curiosity, and my curiosity was rewarded with that shower scene where things that shouldn't have been happening were happening, and I was like, what? Why do we still have our clothes on? Did she just put a dildo on? Why am I humping? Anyway. And eventually got to be fulfilled by sleeping with Javik, because that's what I really wanted. And then in my Renegade playthrough, I continued my romance with Garrus. Dragon Age Inquisition. I have romanced Blackwall, Solus, and Iron Bull. Not really interested in Cullen because he seems like a little bit of a punk. I don't really like him. He's like another Alistair. Wasn't interested in Cassandra because she's not cool with being a lesbian. Josephine looked really boring. She annoys the crap out of me. Sorry, I know y'all love Josie, but I just don't like that girl. I don't like her at all. Was there another choice? I think that's all your choices, right? Right. I'm going to say it is. Anyway, until I think of another. In my first playthrough, I romanced Blackwall because he was just giving me so many compliments. He was like, I would gladly serve under you. You're such a great leader. You're so beautiful and strong. And I was just like, it's so nice to be appreciated for who I am, because I've been playing as a big giant Kunari lady, and I wasn't getting a lot of love either from the comments or from, okay, Kat, you're just going to interrupt my vlog? That's alright. That's fine. I don't care. And from the game itself, you know, people hate Kunari in that game. So it was just so nice to hear all these compliments, and I fell for it. And then also he had that beard. He looked so manly. I liked it. I did not regret that romance. I love the twist they put in there. I think it was brilliant storytelling. It was so good. I was like, oh, yes, BioWare, I love when you break my heart. Bless you. I love it when BioWare rips my heart and breaks it into pieces. Oh, my God, stop sneezing. You're just trying to steal all the attention in my video for yourself. This is ridiculous, Kat. Okay. Second playthrough, I played as a female elf just so I could romance Solus, because I was like, I like this guy. He's mean, and he's bald, and he's a little sexy looking. He kind of looks like the guy from The Mummy, who plays the Mummy. You know what I mean? But like skinny elf version. Anyway, I was very attracted to him. That romance is amazing. He just snatches you up and kisses you, and you're like, I didn't know you had it in you. Solus is like all the geeky boys who secretly have like the Kama Sutra memorized for the day they meet their geeky queen. Like, that was the Solus romance. Anyway, so I really enjoyed it, though I hated the end. You all know what happens if you play it. If you haven't played it, I won't spoil it for you. I hated the end, but I also appreciated the end. I even wrote some fanfic about Solus. That's how much he inspired me. You won't get to read it unless we get my Patreon up to, I think it's a $200 goal. So tell your friends to become my patron and keep donating money, and one day you will get to read my sexy, sexy Solus fanfic. Speaking of which, let's move on to my third pick in Dragon Age Inquisition. It was Iron Bull. The hardest relationship for me to get, the relationship I actually have been aiming for the entire time, but I just kept having problems getting it to actually happen. This is everything I've ever wanted in a relationship. Everything. I wish Iron Bull was real, so he could be my boyfriend. Like, he's all in the BDSM, and he talks all dirty to me, but he's also, like, really respectful. It's like, this room is our private place away from the rest of the world, because you need that, because you're out saving the world, but also, hey, I'm a bro, and I'm gonna fart, and maybe eat this chicken, and we'll go kill this dragon. Like, he's so manly, and yet so feminist, and wonderful, and he's got those puffy, billowy man bosoms, and horns. He has horns. Iron Bull is my favorite. I love him. I would like him to be my real husband. And I was initially a little sad about Iron Bull, because I was always like, okay, I'm definitely going to romance a Kunari, because I've been wanting to bang a Kunari since then. But Iron Bull's face is pretty ugly. Like, he's got that ugly beard thing, and just like, he's not cute. But I don't even care what he looks like. I just look at his horns and his nipples now. I never said I wasn't a bad person. Anyway, those are my BioWare men that I love, and some of the women that I've loved. I can't wait to find more people to fall in love with in their games. So if you have a love or your OTP or any relationships that you really liked in BioWare, because some of them weren't between you, like Tally and Garrus hooking up was kind of cool. Dorian and Iron Bull can potentially hook up. Like, those are also pretty sweet. Anyway, so let me know your favorite loves or couples in the comments below, and I'll see you next week. Bye! Meow, 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 meow.